the equation in slope-intercept form. We talked a lot about point slope, algebra geometry, but here we're going to talk about slope-intercept form, where m, the number in front of the x, is your slope, and this number in the back, without the variable, is your y-intercept. M is your slope, b is your y-intercept. So knowing this, we can graph a line. Okay? So here we're going to graph the following lines. In A, we have y equals 2/3 x plus 1. So what I like to first do is identify what my m and what my b is. Again, m is the slope. It's the number in front of the x. What is the slope? 2/3. What's our b? What's the number in the back? 1. Okay? So when we graph, do not do what I'm about to do. Just watch. I see this all the time. We start here. And then we do our slope. Is that where we start? No, what axis do we start on? The y axis. B is your y-intercept. So we're going to start on the y-axis. Okay, always start up, moving up or down. Okay. So there's our b. You put a dot on the y-axis at your b, 1. And then you follow your slope. Our slope is positive 2 over positive 3. So that means we're going to go up 2 because it's positive, and then right 3 because it's positive. 2, right 3. Then you go the opposite direction. If we went up and right, what direction can you go? We went up and right, so we're going to go down and left. So up to right 3, we're going to go down to left 3. And then connect your points with a nice, neat, straight line. Please plot as many points that will possibly fit on that graph and connect them neatly. Don't just put 1 point in draw a line. Or 2 points in draw a line. Plot lots of nice points, have nice straight lines. Questions over that? So we take a look at B. When we graph this line, what is my M? And what is our B? What's our slope? What's the number in front of the x? What's the number in front of the x? -1/2. That's our m. That's our slope. What's our b? What's our y-intercept? -3. Good. Okay. So again, I like to think B stands for beginning. We start on the y-axis on our b. So I'm going to go down to -3, and then follow our slope. Our slope is -1 over positive 2. So which direction are we going to go first? Down the line to this negative, and then right. So think you always go up or down, and then to the right. Okay, first. So then down 1, right 2, right 2, and down 1, right 2. Other direction can we go? Up 1 and then left 2. And then questions over that? Some basic graph. Questions over that? And these next 2 examples, sometimes the equation of the line is not given to you directly in slope-intercept form. When this happens, you must write the equation in slope-intercept form by solving for y. So here, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. If you note this, y is a variable that is by itself. So to get it in slope-intercept form, that's what you have to do in that equation. So we take a look at A. We need to get y by itself. Move everything else over. Which thing is furthest from the y? 6x or 3? Which one's furthest? 6x is the furthest one. That's what we're going to move over first. How are we going to move that 6x over? Minus it. If it's positive, we subtract it. So we're left with 3y equals, if you notice, it's y equals mx plus b. The x is first. So I'm going to write my x first. My x is -6, so I'm going to write -6x. And then tack on the number. So plus 18. That way it's in the right form. And then y is still not by itself. What do we have to do next to get y by itself? Divide by 3. Divide by that number in front of the y. When we do that, we get y is equal to -6 divided by 3 is -2x plus 18 divided by 3 is 6. Good. So when we graph, what's our m and what's our b? -2 is our m, what's our b? Well, whenever you have a whole number, what do we put it over? This is -2 over 1. You can start at your b. B stands for beginning, so I'm going to go to where y is 6. So we start on that y-axis. And then follow your slope. Our slope is -2 over 1. So which direction are we going to go? -2 means we're going to go down and then right. You always go up or down and then to the right. Down to right one. What other direction are we going to go? Going down and then right, we're going to go up and left. And connect. Questions over that. If we take a look at B, same thing. We want to get y by itself. What do we have to move over first to get y by itself? The 5 or the x? Yeah, how are we going to move that 2x over? Add it. What's the -2x? I'm going to add it to both sides. So when I do that, I get 5y is equal to, again, x is first. So I'm going to write my x first. And then tack on that -10. What do we have to do next to get y by itself? What do you get y by itself? 5. So we get y is equal to, does 2 over 5 simplify? No, so we just leave it as 2 over 5. Do not write it as a decimal, keep it as a fraction. And then what's -10 divided by 5? Now we can graph. When we graph this, again, what's our m and what's our b? What's our slope and what's our y-intercept? What's the number in front of the x? 2 over 5. What's our b? What's just the number by itself? So again, when we graph, we start at -2 and follow your slope. Up to right 5, up to right 5. Go the opposite way, down to left 5, down to left 5. Oh boy, that line was really off. Questions over that front page? Questions over the front? If you flip it over, in fact, we did a little bit of this in geometry with transformations. But we're going to talk about how to graph, preview, how to graph vertical and horizontal lines. We use this particularly in one unit in Algebra 2, so it's good to review it. An example of a vertical line is it would be x equals 3. So whenever you have x equals a number, it's always going to be a vertical line going up and down. Vertical lines always have undefined slopes. Take a look at an example. How they graph this line, x equals 3. They went to the x-axis because it was x equals, and they put a point on 3. And then they drew a nice vertical line through that axis. It has to cut through the axis, and it can only touch the x value of 3. It's really tempting to draw a horizontal line, but you're highlighting the entire x-axis. That line's going through every single x value. We only want to go through where x is 3. So think it's the opposite direction of the axis it's sitting on. Okay, so the orange is sitting on the x-axis, so the opposite way would be to draw a vertical line, just to go right through. Horizontal lines will always be y equals a number, and they always have a slope of 0. So when they graph this line, y equals -1, they went to the y-axis where y is -1. And again, it has to go through that, going opposite of the axis it's sitting on. So we draw a nice horizontal line through. It can only touch the y value of -1. If you went vertically, you are touching, you are touching every single y value if you go vertically. Okay, we only want to touch one y value, and that's -1. Questions over there? Maybe we talked about that in geometry, but it's good to review. So when we graph the following lines, here we have y equals 5. So I'm going to go to the y-axis. I'm going to go to where y is 5. And then what kind of line do we have to draw through that? Vertical or horizontal? Horizontal. So go opposite. Oh boy, that was a sloppy line. Go opposite the direction of the axis it's sitting on. If you're highlighting the axis, you're wrong unless it says x equals 0 or y equals 0. Here, this is x equals -8, so I'm going to go to where x is -8, which is right there. What kind of line am I going to draw through that? Horizontal or vertical? Horizontal. Or no, not horizontal. Vertical. Up and down. Again, opposite the way it's sitting on. It's sitting on a vertical line, so I'm going to draw a horizontal. Questions over that? This stuff is on your exam. I know it's like, oh, I've seen this before. But you'll have to know it for your exam. So it's good to still pay attention and review. Feel pretty confident with it. So make sure you're following along. Questions over that? On the next section, we are going to talk about our linear inequalities. Again, this will be on your exam that you are going to take in like less than about a week. Alright? In math, linear inequality is an inequality which involves a linear function. A linear inequality contains one of the symbols, either less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. We generally will graph a linear inequality just like we would do a regular linear equation. Okay, there's just a few things that we have to do a little bit differently because it is an inequality. Okay, so if the inequality is greater than or less than, so if you notice there's no line underneath the inequality, does anyone remember what kind of line we will graph? Solid or dotted? There's no line underneath. Dotted. So there's no line underneath your inequality. You will graph a dotted line. If there is a line underneath your inequality, so it's greater than or equal to, or it's less than or equal to, what type of line are we going to graph? Solid. So no line underneath your inequality, it's a dotted line. Line underneath your inequality is a solid line. Excuse me. Hiccups. If your inequality is greater than or equal to, which way are we going to shade? So the inequality is opening up towards the y. Which way will we shade? Up. Up or above. I've heard that some teachers teach up. Some say above. Whichever way you've heard, you're shading up or above the line. If the inequality is less than or equal to, so it's opening away from the y, which way would we shade? Down or below, however you think of it. Questions over that? Okay. So let's graph. We take a look at example 2. It says graph the following linear inequalities. So we take a look at A. For A is y by itself. Yeah, so we don't have to solve for anything. And we graph it just like we would if it was y equals. Just we have to shade, and we might have to draw a dotted line depending on the inequality. Okay. So we take a look at M. What's the slope of this inequality? Negative 1/4. What's our B? 1. So I'm going to go to my y-axis. I go to 1. And then I follow my slope. Which is down 1, right 4. So we go down 1, right, down, and then right. Okay. And then I go up, and then left. Go the opposite way. Make sure you pay attention. It's an inequality. So ask yourself, after you plot your points, what type of line am I going to draw? Solid or dotted? Dotted. Why are we drawing a dotted line? No, there's no line underneath our inequality there. So that means a dotted line. Then we have to remember to shade. Are we going to shade above or below? Above. What indicated to you that we're going to shade above? Yeah, it's greater than. It's opening towards the y. So we are all excited about linear inequalities. We're so happy to be doing them right now. A lot of happy faces. I'm not happy, at least maybe see a bunch of smiles and I will make you happy. There you go. Shade above. You don't have to be super fancy with your shading. It doesn't have to be this pristine shading in the picture, you know. You can tell me where we're shading. Questions over that. What about C? Y by itself in C? No. What do we have to do to get y by itself? Divide by 2. Divide everything by 2. To get y is less than or equal to what? What's negative 8 divided by 2? Negative 4x plus. So when my graph, again, what is my M and what is my B? And what's the whole number? We put it over 1. And then my B is 5, the number in the back. So start on the y-axis. Go down 1, right 4. Down 4, right 1. Down 4, right 1. Down 4, right 1. And then go up 4. What type of line are we going to connect these with? Solid. So there's a line underneath our inequality, so it's a solid line. And then I'm going to shade above or below. Below. Why are we shading below or down? Because it's less than. It's opening away from the y. With lines that aren't super slanted, they're almost straight. Sometimes it's hard to tell if you're shading above or below. What I like to do is I pick a point that's in the shaded region. So I'm going to pick 0, 0. I'm going to plug that point in. Okay? So if you're unsure, you're taking your quiz on Wednesday, you're taking your final, and you're like, I don't know, I shaded the right region. Pick a point, a simple point, in that region that you shaded. and plug it in. So I'm going to plug 0 in for both x and y, because that's a point that I picked. So when I do that, what's 2 times 0? What's a negative 8 times 0? And what's 0 plus 10? 10. Is this true? Is 0 less than or equal to 10? Yes. So then you know you shaded right. If that wasn't true, then you're like, whoops, shaded the wrong region. I'm going to shade above the line. I'm going to shade the other side of the line. If that happens. This is a way of checking to make sure you did everything correct. Questions over that? Couple more. We take a look at E. These letters really jump around. Sorry about that. This is y is greater than or equal to negative 4. That's like saying, well, you're graphing the same way as if it said y equals negative 4. So we're going to go to where y is negative 4. And what kind of line are we going to draw? Horizontal or vertical? Up or down or across? Across. And is it going to be solid or dotted? How do you know it's solid? Got that little line underneath the inequalities. We're going to draw a nice solid horizontal line. Are we going to shade above or below? Up. Or up, however you think of it. Yep, it's greater than, it's eating the y, or it's opening towards the y. So we're going to shade above. Or up. One more. You have 3 to try on your own. Anything else. So if we take a look at F, it says x is less than 6. So we are going to go to where x is 6. We're going to graph it as if it said x equals 6. First, what type of line are we going to draw, horizontal or vertical? Which one's up and down? Vertical, yeah, we gotta do vertical. Sorry, I feel like up and down and across is easier because sometimes I too myself get horizontal and vertical mixed up. So up and down. Vertical. Oh, what type of line are we gonna draw? Dotted. So if you do that and you realize, shoot, I meant to do a dotted line, you can just erase. Now it's dotted. Should be dotted. Then, because it's a perfectly vertical line, when you shade, it says x is less than 6. So where are all the numbers that are less than 6? To the left or to the right? To the left. So this time around, we're going to shade to the left. Some pretty spring flowers in here.
Those flowers.
Yeah. Spring. April showers brought me flowers. There's our flowers. April showers bring me flowers. You ever heard that before? No? Spring is a lot in April. April's very rainy. But then May should not be as rainy. And we get all these beautiful flowers in May. Cool thing. You haven't heard of it. Questions over that? So you can try these 3 problems. That's all you have to do. Try those 3. If you have questions, let me know. I'm happy to help.